All right, back to the intense Planet Crafter. As I've often said, this is one step away from hardcore. Excuse me, because hardcore kicked my arse. Hmm, I've got water, I've got that. I can fly right down here and get back in here, which is what I was doing last night. Alrighty then. I should have put that. Oh, I bet you I can't pick that up, can I? All I can do is change the color on it. I can't even do that. And for some reason, this crazy wreck thinks I'm underwater when I'm not. And I know why I didn't do it now that I've walked back through there. That that side leads to zip. Well, and I usually follow the left-hand rule, but just kind of went the wrong way. Okay, that can be destroyed with explosives, but I can also get to the back side of it over here. I'm hopeful that I can find the reactor so I can put this fusion cell in it. Yeah, there's no water on this floor, but it's still telling me I'm underwater. And then I go down here and it tells me I'm not. Do I think I need those? No, but it couldn't hurt to have them. One more key and we're in there. That door is going to open when we find the reactor, and so will that one most likely. Let's put that there. There's a better than average chance if I come back this way that I might be able to see that there is a flare there no matter what. Hmm. I want to know how we got all of these office chairs out here in the middle of the hallway. I mean, a wreck's a wreck, but there's no place to put them, no place that they're being used. Hmm. Been here. However, that's the one I really want to stay on because that's where the treasure trove is at. The only reason why I'm picking up flares is that I might be able to use them. If I find something noteworthy. And I think I've already been down here. I can make those if I've got and that thing, seed. I don't want to go up there. Hmm. When this game first came out, in its older iterations, if there was something behind a door that could be deconstructed, you could sometimes deconstruct things through the door. They seem to have fixed that, which is a good thing. Let me go back up here and put a flare right there. Nope. Well, nope. Sometimes I have a tendency that I will store things in weird places. And I'm wondering if I have a key. And I got bluefish again. Oh, mm. Nope, I don't have that yet. I was thinking I might be able to have the Warden key detector, and that I'm doing a heck of a lot of flying around, but oh. And I'm not gonna not take a flare. I have to admit that I think this game, this waterfalls, as good as any game I've seen. And the reason why I'm flying around is, for one, to see what crates are here, but for two, they sometimes put these wrecks in very odd places. I have to admit, this place has a lot of weird and different stuff. Yeah, this biome is definitely different. Oh! Good morning, Shaman. I didn't see you there. And yes, the game does want you to explore. Okay, I have found that one and been in that twice, and I'm going back, but I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Sometimes the best way to not miss something is to go to as high a point as you can get. Take a look. And I am not seeing any other craft here, but this was only a level 1. So, back in the hole I go. One thing I'm not having a good time with here is all the water. It's making me a bit nuts. There's nothing back in there. Snuck in, which is surprising considering the creak in my knees. Funny, I understand. Yeah, I got a hip that is absolutely aggravating the living daylights out of me. And I'm not quite sure exactly why. up. That means I've been here. Yeah, I was getting ready to suffocate if I hadn't got up through here. I've already got a bunch of those and don't need any more than I've got. What was that? That was going on down. This is what gets me. This floor, I'm underwater. This floor, which is below it, I'm not. All right, I need to find another key so I can get in the goodie room. I've already been down there a whole heckin' bunch. Which means I've been there too. I hope you have sufficient amounts of coffee this morning. That key has got to be here someplace, or I'm going to have to abandon this one and go about my business. And I understand what you're saying. Unfortunately, I'm not good about getting appointments. I have so many aches and pains that if I went every time I had a pain, I'd be at the VA hospital all the time. However, the good part of that is here in a, I live very close to a military installation, and seems like I always have since Randy and I got married. Um, they have a lot of things here that are very veteran-centric, so there is a dock in a box around the corner, literally from my house, that I could go to, and the VA would pay for it, with no questions asked. So that might be the play. Okay. I'm coming up empty. This is my third time through this, trying to find a key. And for as much as I'm probably going to leave it open, oop, I was pressing the wrong button. Leave this open so I can come back. Okay, right up the rock. through the portal. Yeah, when you said that the outcome wasn't good, I kind of knew what you were talking about, and I can appreciate that. Here's probably the thing that you don't know. Um, Late 1990, somewhere August, September, October, uh, washing a supervisor's truck during the Gulf War, slipped and fell on a wet ramp. It was a ramp that you could drive the truck up on and spray all the crap out from under it since we were in the land of sand. And I slipped and fell, stepping from one ramp to the other in the back of the car. And I fell on my left glute. Where I'm hurting is where my original injury was at. Um, I don't think I have an infection. It's been very confined to this one spot. I'm talking to my acupuncturist about it, and I think I'm going to let him work on it more than I have. Uh, and it's not my back, it's, you know, centered right around my hip joint. But like I said, that's the side of my original injury, and I don't really need these, so why am I picking them up? Because I'm a stoop. Love the way that thing works. Rocket engines. Do I have those set to come here? Yes, I do. And yes, I could have put them there, but it's a whole lot more fun. I need something for flares. That says demand that. Hmm. What about these new ones? That's O2, so no, as far as you don't want the same for me, I don't want the same for me. That was something joining the military I could always think about. There are a million ways, and we used to say bust your ass, meaning get dead, slash unalive, slash whatever you want to call it. I was always very careful. You know, I didn't want the DOD going back to my parents and going, your sons are dead. Your son is dead because he's stupid. You know, I was always very careful. However, I worked in a shop that at any given time, any shop I worked in, no matter where I was at, had about 15,000 gallons of fuel up and under it. If somebody had come across the horizon and bombed my shop, it would have went up in just a flame. I mean, uh, yeah, I'm I'm hesitant to the point of being too hesitant some days, which is just as bad as being reckless. I try to have what in the world is going on here? I can put that there. Okay, what the hell is the ever-loving problem? You don't want to go there. That's all right. Hmm, that was different. I know that flare is around here somewheres. And there they go. I'll be happy when they perfect that in real life. Well, I'm going to say thank you. I appreciate that. We're raining again. That's uranium. Oh, you dummy. And now coffee. I just finished my second cup. I'm going to do some housekeeping though, because I have a tendency to stick stuff in stupid places. And I just wonder if I've got a key card sitting around here someplace I need to go get. More food, more water. Heck of a storm. It's already got fusion cell in it. Wow, already got trees growing back here. I don't need that, but it's not good to leave those sitting out in the world, and I can make, or I'm mining everything else I get from that. Want that, because I'm fixing to start lobbing up rockets as hard as I can go. I just didn't have any engines. Oh, now you've went under the tree and you can't get out. Okie dokie. I think I've already looted this. Yes. Yes, I have. And I wish they'd let us back in there, but Oh well. This one has got, yeah, but might have a key sitting in it too that you didn't take. Nope, 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 nope. Hey, would you look there? I do not need that. Got those things and okay. Got those things in abundance. Eggplant, eggplant, eggplant. I got so much eggplant I don't know what to do with it all. Whoa. Don't need any of that. I've got a bunch of that, even though that does serve a purpose later on in the game. That's a blueprint that I have taken. Oh. I've obviously been back here. Yep. Nope, 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 and nope. Yeah. This fishing hole is about fished out. Nope, you gotta go the other way. Because this is where you came through. Yeah. Yep, clean that out also. need that. Had to go out to the fridge in the garage. We have a freezer in our garage that I got a half gallon of ice cream out of it last night that was so hard. I almost couldn't dip any ice cream out of it. So at least I know that anything we've got sitting out there, even if the power goes out, and knowing the Texas power grid, it could go out at just any moment. I at least know that I've got an hour or two before it even thinks about thawing to the point of not being good. The reason why I got that's a 500% plant. By the way, I know that you have been, uh, struggling with going to all the commitments you've committed for yourself about people that are streaming and such. And I get it. And if you have to say, hey, yours is too early in the morning for me, I've got to go do something else, I totally understand. Because believe me, I don't sleep worth a damn myself. And, um, I know that after a few days, that if I don't sleep good, that I'll fall in bed and I will sleep like an absolute rock if all of it's gone. So trust me, I get it. I've been to the one in the maze a blue gazillion times. No, I'll tell you that my favorite ice cream is sea salt and caramel and caramel, however you want to say it. And as I was getting it the last time we were at the local Walmart, we had split up. My wife was going to get, well, a prescription, and I was doing whatever. And so I went to get ice cream as the last thing. Well, there's that peanut butter cup ice cream. And I went, oh yeah, yeah, all these are going to be chocked, just full. But I also know that I've got minerals coming, so it doesn't bother me. It is full. God, I got more shite over here than I know what to do with. Hmm. I might have to come fix that. Okay, step in here, get some oxygen, grab the other 3 rocket engines. Oh, nope, nope. I want that back. Mine, mine, mine. Yeah, I'm a heck of a lot better at listening to my body than I once was, and that's not going to go anyplace. Johnny, why are you putting it there? And, I can honestly say that, I walked shorter this morning than I usually walk because I could tell my hip is still a little bit iffy. Now let's go see what kind of rocket I can throw up. And if I've got the global bonus oxygen multiplier 1,000, plant multiplier 1250. How about let's do both? That's going to take, if I've got 6, I can turn up my mic a bit. It might be how I talk. I have a tendency that I don't talk real loud. No, the microphone is up to the up. Hmm. Yeah, most likely it's me. Um, I will try to remember to speak up because I can. And being in the military, they taught me to use your command voice, and when you don't do that stuff, and then you lose that stuff if you don't use it. Let's take 3 of those. Lerma, lerma, lerma. Seed, seed, seed. Flower seeds. I believe that's the one. Now I need that. Come on, one more. Yeah, I just really have a tendency not to talk real loud. And my wife is in the next room watching TV, and I don't want to bother her. And, you know, it's complicated. Maybe I'm having problems because I don't think I deserve to be heard. You know, the stupid things you do when you let too much shite get in your head. Um, Boy, I've got more algae than I know what to do with. I think I got enough that I can put rockets up and be much better off. Get everything moving again. My numbers really aren't moving as good as I would like. Okay, come on. Everybody go. Other people wishing to take that slot. I didn't get enough super alloy. This is going to probably be loud to you. Plus, you've been used to basically kind of talking to yourself as you play. Grass kind of does the same thing when he's concentrating on a game, too. Well, okay, that's, I can see that. set another off. Let's see here. That's not going to wind itself around quick enough for me. That should. While I was up there, should have canceled these pins, but no. Yeah, that plant spreader rocket made the whole planet turn a nice shade of green. That's all you haven't taken. Okay. Yeah, and the rocket's red glare, the bombard bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. And I am running out of those, and that makes me unhappy. Some things have got, some things don't. Did I say man keys? Yes, that way if I find them and dump them in a dump chest, they'll go there. We're going to do something with these. I played a little last night. Be glad you missed it. When I stood here trying to get golden fish, which that golden fish and that blue fish have the same recipe. Well, if you keep feeding it in, you'll eventually get a golden fish. That golden fish is a whole lot more worthwhile than the other one. I need 4 super alloy. That old Looney Tunes cartoon where they turn Bugs Bunny into a super rabbit. Super rabbit! Oh. Didn't get enough fertilizer. Because I'm not making tier 1 anymore, I don't think. No, I'm making bioplastic nuggets. So let's see if I've got enough stuff around to make one of those so I don't have to deconstruct. And still didn't get enough. Brains with dynamite. I wouldn't have enough to blow my nose. All right, I'm turned around. Where in the hell am I at? Well, let's go back in here and check some numbers after I grab that and that. Suck up all this so I know when I suck all these up, I will be grabbing what I need to grab. Gauge is already full. Okie dokie. Is that full? Did I set that on -1? Yes, I did. But that's phytoplankton A. So is this already A? And it is. And is B. But C, I've been using a lot of. Okie doke. Well, that's a blue one. Let's go find water, because I have none on me. Do you get back all your resources when you reuse the recycler? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yep. Please tell me if I'm making you seasick. I will be more than happy to slow down. Hey. Gold. Woohoo! And the reason why I was doing that, oh, I took them back, dummy. Let's see, that says animals, 40 grams per second, 1,000%. This one says animals, 8 grams a second, 200%. Those gold ones really pay off. And I don't know what these are made of, but you can sometimes deconstruct things they've already given you. See, I could change that A for a C and get more goldfish. I didn't press the research button, so no wonder it's not researching, you dummy. I want you to know that I did look into Streamlabs and downloaded it, and you know, I gotta admit I wasn't impressed by it. even though it was free. It was the company seems to have a propensity for stealing stuff from other companies and putting their brand on it and then getting called out on it and changing it back. And it's like, do I really want to support somebody like that? Nope. Stop. Just stop. You big dummy. For all the bad that's happened with arthritis and, putting up with the daily grind, quote unquote, while I'm grinding my bones, I have to admit, slowing down and being forced to slow down in a sense did me some good because, um, it humbled me. I had to sit and think about where I was going and what I was doing. I mean, I couldn't just, pardon the expression, asshole my way through and get my way or get what I wanted or just do to be doing. And Lord knows I was not good at it. Um, for as much as I tried stuffing round pegs into square holes all my life. It's it made me slow down. It made me consider in real time how I treat people. And I told my daughter one day, I said, I said, I get up every morning and I said, you're a better adult than I am. She said, what do you mean? I said, you deal with people better on the surface than I do and I ever have. And she said, what are you talking about? You're a wonderful person. I said, because I get up every morning and look in the mirror and go, don't be an asshole. I said, my default setting is to be a jerk. And I don't want to be like that. It's not who I want to be. It's not how I want to act. Uh, can't tell you how many times I've apologized to Randy for being an asshole when we were first married. I was USDA 100% wrong in a lot of ways. You know, I was a very my way or the highway kind of guy. In some instances, it was justified because my ass was being walked on and I wasn't going to allow it to happen. And that's different. But there were times that, I just, no matter what, you're going to be an ass. And, I treated people every way in the world and, ruined people's lives. And hell, one girl I dated, I found out after we dated that, uh, she actually had mental problems. And I tried to go apologize to her, and I can't find her account on Facebook anymore. I was bad to her. I mean, she had 3 years on me, and I was the brains of the operation, if you catch my drift. And to say all that is to say this: I was wrong. No matter what, I was just wrong. And you can't go treating people like shit and expect to get the best out of them. I mean, me and my wife got into it yesterday for just a tiny little moment, and she aggravated me. And it happens. No marriage is perfect. You don't get up and you're strikingly in love every day. It just doesn't happen. And when she came back, I apologized to her. She said, "Well, you've apologized to me already." And I looked at her and I said, "Yes, but it shouldn't have never happened in the first place." I young me discussed old me, if that makes any sense. I even told my son-in-law, I said, "You remind me of me," and that's not a compliment. You know, he's an IT guy too. IT is a hard driving business because when you've finally, if something breaks, you got somebody standing over the top of you going, "Hey, you need to fix this shit." And it's not good for your nerves, you know. Finally have the chance to slow down. I mean, I was spring loaded at work to go as hard as I could go to the detriment of my own health. And I don't like it that I've retired. I miss the technical challenge of IT, which is why I play with a lot of IT stuff. I don't miss the people at all. The the trying to explain the technical side of information technology to somebody who has no inkling of what it is tough, and you can tell while you're standing there talking to them. All of a sudden, their eyes will glass over and almost roll back in their head that you've lost them, and anything that you can say after that is, you're done. You're 100% done. Your effectiveness as an IT person is to the shitter. I miss the nuts and bolts of it though. It's a fun career, but I was a mechanic before I was an IT guy, and I found the troubleshooting working on IT to be of a similar vein mentally as getting in there and working on a diesel engine. And yes, I worked on diesel engines, uh, and you're absolutely right. Pressure makes people behave in odd ways sometimes, and you don't see it until the pressure's removed. That was like being in the military. You don't realize how much pressure the military is until you're not there anymore. And I have a video that I sent home to my first wife from the Gulf War, made on VHS tape, and the USO did this. I still have it. I can pretty much go lay my hands on it. You know, it might take me a moment. I haven't messed with it since we moved, but I watched that tape one time after I got home from the Gulf War, and buddy, I was wound up like a banjo string. It was crazy. It was just like, holy shit, calm down, dude. You're about to have a heart attack. I mean, mm, never watched it again. Never had anything else to, I know where it's at. I know I have it, but I have no desire to go watch that because just a pain in the ass to me. One more kiloton, blah, blah, blah. I think I'm going to see if I can make some of those because if I can make 3 of them, uh, I'm not rolling back up far enough. There it is. Boy, I've got all that, but hmm, pardon me. pretty much the opposite, having survived a difficult childhood through being a people pleaser. I spent decades putting my needs last, even if they were considered at all. And being around my mom, that was one of those things that, you know, if you weren't marching to the tune of her drummer, she didn't give a shit about you one way or another. I remember my brother wrecked her car one time. I was 17, and I walked up to her and I hugged her, and she threw my arm off of her. And I looked at her. I said, I didn't wreck your car. Said, you've got no reason to be mad at me. And uh, yeah, and I can honestly say that, um, putting being an ass, um, I always got treated like my opinion didn't mean crap. Uh, I told somebody something on a trip one time, and I was with my brother, and I said something about, yeah, I wouldn't join the army. I just wouldn't. Next morning, my brother looked at me. He said, what would you have done if he'd been an army guy and he'd have beat your ass? I said, I'd have dealt with it. I said, my opinion is as good as anybody's. You know, it was it was a fight to be heard, and I I now know that most of the people that are around me, hear me. My daughter treats me like an absolute gem. I wouldn't trade her for nothing. Um, and she's not even my daughter. She's my stepdaughter. But um, yeah, I couldn't love her anymore if I had her, had anything to do with her. If we were actually blood related, she's a tremendous person. I'm proud of who and what she's become. Having kids has kind of she seems to always be playing catch up, but she deals with it a heck of a lot more gracefully than I ever did, and I only had one. I've got 5 food, I've got 3 water. Okay, go back to that. Come on, I need a key here, fellas. And that's kind of what I'm out looking for. And I can't build it, I've got to find it. Well, and you're right, step doesn't matter. I mean, her older sister really doesn't seem to give 2 hoots in hell about me, one way or the other. However, she did let me walk her down the aisle when she got remarried. Man, that was fun. But Debbie and I really seem to, you know, get along and always have. It was funny. She was talking to her mom. Gosh, this was 15 or 17 years ago now, if not more. She had just broke up with a guy, but he kept calling her. And I could hear her as I walked by the living room ask her, Mom, why does he keep calling me? I walked into the living room and I raised my hand in front of her to get their attention. And I said, I know. Randy handed me the phone, and my wife is very prim proper, doesn't cuss, doesn't lose her cool. Probably the most level headed person I've ever been around in my life. And I got on the phone with Debbie. I said, "Do you want me to tell you why?" She said, "Yes." I said, "I'm fixing to be blunt." She said, "Okay." I said, "He's missing all that he's not getting," and I did not say it nicely. You know, ever since that time, you know, she was appreciative that I told her the straight, you know, facts, and that, ooh, turn the lights on. Uh, you know, it, it really seemed to do something for her that somebody leveled with her. And okay, I've been back here a zillion times, and I know there is not a darn thing back here. But I do need that key because I'm missing out on the goodie boxes. And I know that I can get that. I don't want to go down there yet because it's a pain in the tuchus. Nor do I want to go down there yet. Well, I don't remember going down this hole, but I'm going to try it anyway. All right. I'm not exactly tickled with my progress here. It's giving me a case of the. Oh, I finally got a key. Woohoo! And now I want to go. Not there. Right here because the. Yeah, I think the world of Debbie. She's she's been good as gold, and you know, I can honestly say she treats me good. I've got a big sign up that she bought me that says, and her kids know me as Pops, and it says Pops, grumpy, something else, fixer of things, and give her a great bear hugs, which just tickled the living stuffings out of me. You know, yeah, she's super good. I have to say though that her real dad, my wife's ex, boy, that guy was something. He was a tool. He made he worked for 3M and made absolute scads of money. You know, I mean, somebody like me that was in the military and was raised strikingly poor. This is what I came back for. Um, you know, the amount of money he was making was just stupid, and bitch about spending a dime of it. And I don't need that. I do need that. I do need that. I will take those. I can make those. Yeah, men are stupid. You know, they think uh, the psyche of a man. Just for I don't get why men act the way they act, and I can't say that I was any better. You know, I can honestly say that Okay, you've got to go this way to get out of here, bud. And yes, I'm cheating. And my wife told me she was engaged to a guy in college that did the same thing with a whole other girl. They were both in nursing school and got to talking and show me a picture of your guy. It's the same guy. Yeah, lovely. All right, I picked up an energy fuse. I've got to replace one that I took from here because it really changed my power situation. When I did, that hole is all fished out. I at least know where that's going to be. I don't think I've got any more blueprints, but it never hurts to check. Yeah, yeah, ain't that the truth? Luckily, they don't all act that way. Well, it all it takes is about 5 minutes, and I'm being generous with that statement. All it takes is about 5 minutes to be a dad. Uh, it takes a hell of a lot more than that to be a good father. Hell, I've even apologized to my son. Went and told him, I wasn't good to you, for as much as I was trying to, keep you in line and so on and so forth. I just wasn't good to him. I didn't give him the room or the breath to be a kid. And my dad did the same thing to me. And my dad got on me when Christopher was, oh, good grief, I forget how old. And I just looked at him and I said, you were no better. This is not your child. You need to shut up. For as much as I thought a lot of my dad, I also didn't have any problem telling him where to jump off at because he had moments that he wanted to get his nose stuck in people's business where it didn't belong. Okay. Did that already leave? No, it did not. Where are we at here? Hour and 20 minutes already? Gosh. Got running my jaws and lost track of time. We got a few more minutes. Come on, let's get to 300 GTI at least. I can do that. I can do that. Let me see if there's another portal I can get in. Oh, that's not the portal, idiot. And I feel for you because my mom, oh man, she was a farm girl, and there's nothing wrong with that. But her mother was, oh God, that one was whacked. Um, I remember when she died, I was in fourth grade, and my mother was just tore up about it, just a squalling, boo-hooing, and she was so mean. I just said, "How in the heck can you be that tore up over somebody that's that mean?" I mean, it made no conceivable sense to my 10-year-old brain. Um, You know, her mother and father had about 18 years between them, and her dad died before my mom and dad were even married, and I'm named after him. That's why I don't go by John, I go by Johnny because he was John. And it's it's like she was bitter that he died so early. Oh no, you're fine. I'm having a great time chatting. Don't you begrudge yourself. Is this the same one during the day? Well, I haven't been here, but it is pretty much the same thing. I'm going deeper into the water, and that ain't good. I didn't bring flares. See if there's anything up here to get. No, that me. Go around and see if there are other boxes that I can get stuff out of that might help me along my. There might not be boxes, but there be frogs. Holy moly. No, you don't distract me a bit. I'm doing this for the fun of it, and part of the fun is the people you interact with. So, and I hope you didn't hear that cough. I thought I muted everything, but well, there ain't no crates on this place. All right, I'm not going back in there until I go back and get some stuff because I've come ill prepared. But we're at a point right now I could go back. I could get stuff. I could save everything. And oh, I fell through the surface. Oh, because I was trying to get to that, and there it is. And it wasn't on top of the hill. Shaman, you have no reason to apologize. Don't sweat the small stuff. And I'm almost at 300 GTI anyway. Woohoo! I don't have fuses, but I do have. Do I have that? Yes, I do. So many of your wrecks in water. Interesting. Yes, I seem to have stumbled onto it. Okay. I'm at 312 GTI. Animals are still going to the moon. I'm 60% toward getting in the frog stage. $50 more GTI and I'll have the largest backpack. Hmm. I need to build that. I really do. Insect spreader rocket will be a good one, and I'm almost there. Okay. Well, all right. This is enough fun for one day. I will be in the Sapiens multiplayer for AMP, just so you know. So I'm getting ready to shut this off. And no worries, I often had to be reminded at work that I was distracting a coworker. If I trust you, I'll I'll talk your ear off, and I'm bad about it. All right, I'm shutting this down, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you so very much. All right, we'll see you at 10. Bye.